I'd like to start off this week with a question, just straight out of the gates, as we so often do on this show. Directed at you, my friend.
Okay.
Do you think that when a bird shits on you and people say, oh, it's lucky, it's a good thing, do you think that it's actually lucky? Or do you think it's what people say to people who've just had a bird shit on them to make them feel better?
I think very much the latter.
You actually think that's what it is? You don't think there's any luck at all?
I think it's equally, I'll put it this way, I think it's equally lucky to be shat on by a bird as it is to be unlucky to see a black cat or to step on a crack or something like that. I'd put them both in the same category.
Right, okay.
Thoughts?
Something happened on the way to work this morning.
You got shat on. Welcome, Jacko, one and all, to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward. We are back.
We are back. Fuck, it feels good to be back. It feels good to hear you say those words again. A brief hiatus.
Yes. Still an unspecified time unit.
True, yeah. I mean, we are nailing that.
We are. But perhaps, longer than previous unspecified units.
Yes, yep.
But we are back.
Just to keep you on your toes, there's no other reason for it. Although you have been in the wars a little bit lately, mate. How are you going? Are you well?
I'm going okay, mate. I'm going okay. Yeah, still on the mend, I'd say.
On the mend.
But back to somewhat of a routine, I think. So it's good to sort of been at home quite a lot. So it's good to be out of the house. Started sort of getting back out and over the past few days. So
good to hear. Good to hear.
Good to be back. Good to be back in this room.
He says chasing a scoop. Could you make an announcement to the bottom division of Wednesday night basketball? Any estimated return date as yet?
Is it looking quite desperate in terms of numbers?
Yeah, it's been a few fill-ins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like real early on in the season as well.
Yeah.
But a few injuries as well. Which doesn't help.
Look, Rich actually reached out to me.
Did he?
Classic Rich. But he's always looking out for you. Such a good guy, Rich.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He always make a joke and then send you a separate message.
I've never had that. Clearly not as concerned about my feelings. That's okay. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. Ouch.
Fuck. Apologies.
Maybe he doesn't think you're able to take a joke as well. I don't know.
No, as in just checking in and stuff. Like, oh, how are you, mate? Like, you doing okay, sort of thing. But
yeah, that's good.
Anyway, I did mention to him that I think maybe at the earliest next week, but probably the week after.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Haven't been I can't I can walk at the moment. I can't jog or anything. So just my own estimates. But anyway, everyone listening right now, look, it's looking like maybe another couple of weeks until basketball. So,
and the entire southeast breathes a sigh of relief. But has it been like a month? Like, was the last episode the last time we saw each other?
I think so, mate.
Fucking hell.
It's been a very long time.
All right. Well, we're just hitting pause on this for now. Anything exciting going on? Any thinking back on it? It really has been not the most exciting month for you, but has there been anything interesting you want to call out that comes to the top of your head?
No, not really. I mean, it's great that we got a kitten at home. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
That being at home the last, month or so has been good with the little Yuki. So
yeah, which isn't spelt Lukey.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
Yeah. We covered that one in the last episode, yeah.
Yeah. How's your past month been, mate?
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, nothing
Nothing to
really
report.
to report. What have I
Yeah.
done? Went to Dalesford with a few friends a few weekends ago. That was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. Other than that, just keep my head down, trying to keep out of trouble. Accidentally trimmed the old facial hair without the guard on, so repping I don't know where's the best place to go for the.
There
There you go.
That's good.
That one was for the YouTube viewers.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
good.
please don't roast me in the comments.
I don't think they would. I reckon it looks nice, mate. I reckon it does.
Well, I mean, even if not, it's a head start on Movember, right? Which is a good thing. W's in the chat.
Yep, very much a head start. It's the most, if any, head start. Some people start in early to mid October.
Yep.
But this is well ahead of the game. You're going to have the biggest mo. Well, maybe, actually.
I think that there's one thing that the Flutterf community knows. It's that hair isn't my strong point. One thing I do want to mention, though, while we're still on me, I guess, I don't know. It is International Left-Handers Day today, the 13th of August, as we record this. So
Happy Left-Handers Day, mate.
thanks, mate. No, I really, really appreciate that. And happy Left-Handers Day to all those who celebrate.
All those celebrate. Yeah.
If you're listening, it's a couple of days late, but please know that the thought was there.
Please post-celebrate Left-Handers Day.
Running it back. Feels good to say those words after hearing you say the words you said just before.
Mm-hmm.
That sentence got away from me. There's been a lot of footy that has happened since our last episode. I think we're on the record as saying that the footy season does keep rolling on despite when we record.
Yep.
I don't know if that's news to anyone.
Getting to the
concerning
tail end
affairs.
now, actually.
Very much the pointy end.
Pointy end.
There is sirens. Do you reckon that's an ambulance?
Can you tell the difference? They're the same. Is it the same siren? Is there a subtle difference?
That might be a fire engine. That's a fire truck, I reckon.
Can you? You reckon?
Yep. I can. Yep. If I'm right,
Yeah.
I can tell the difference.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, I'm talking absolute shit.
This is probably like the pink and white marshmallows all over, isn't it? It's like
Did I ever get one of those wrong? There's no fucking way. You can definitely tell the difference between a pink and a white marshmallow. I'm not having that.
Yeah.
I'm not having that. Anyway, the point is we've missed a lot of footy.
yes.
And there's been so much that's happened in the season that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought we'd keep it sort of pretty high level, or touch on a couple of things because it's just turned on its head again.
Yep.
In the last month, I saw a stat the other day.
Yeah.
Excuse me. At the end of round 15,
Yep.
Collingwood, Carlton, and Essendon were all in the top 4.
Yeah. Not even top 8, top 4.
Top 4.
Yep.
And now at the end of round 22, all of them are outside the 8.
Yeah.
And it's just been so tight. That second to 13 was so tight for so long. I mean, a couple of teams have dropped off now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the fact that Sydney, at the end of round 22, are finally the first team to qualify for finals in round 22.
Yeah.
That
is-
shows what a bonkers season it's been.
That is pretty wild to think, because we think about how dominant Sydney have been up until a few weeks ago.
Until I went.
Yeah.
Up until I went and, I don't know, sabotage from the inside,
Sabotage.
apparently. Yeah. Sorry, at Swans.
Was it literally after you went?
I think they won another game, and then the lean patch started.
That's so good. That's brilliant. That's
Whoops. Yeah. But
that is quite a stat.
it is, isn't it?
Such a topsy-turvy sort of season.
North won. We won 1 game, 2 games since we last.
Since we last spoke, I think we've won it. Yeah, at least one.
I definitely won. You should have won another. I can't believe you lost to West Coast.
Yeah,
Down there, down in Tassie.
It's all right. It's okay, mate. I thought it was going to be a winless season. Like there were times
Yeah,
at this
true.
point this year, I was like, "Oh, we're going to go all the way." this is going to be it, like the first ever team to do it.
Yeah, actually, no. We were talking about it, and I was like, "How do you justify keeping a coach when your team doesn't win a game all season?
The whole season, yeah.
And they win a game the next week.
It might have been the next week.
I think it was then. Yeah.
It's you again, mate. You just have this way of making change.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah,
that's me. Yeah. Just before we move on from that North West Coast game, I'm pretty sure West Coast kicked 12 goals in the last quarter and a half.
Yeah.
I'm ready to move on now.
Yeah.
Ready to move on. If you want.
It's all right. It's all right. It's yeah, you know what? I'm ready to move on to. I was going to say something like no.
No, if you want to say something,
no,
live your truth.
No. More of the same, mate. Nothing I haven't said. So.
Just a young team, give them a chance to develop.
So should we get on to something that's a bit more? Oh, I don't want to say now because it's finished, but the Olympics just happened, mate.
I think, did we miss the whole entire Olympics?
Yes, we did.
I think we said at the end of our last episode, next episode we'll do an Olympics episode.
We'll do an Olympics episode.
And then we let the whole Olympics happen.
Yep. And they finished?
We never promised when we do the episode.
That's true. It could have been an Olympics recap, which it isn't. Just want to douse anything before anyone's getting excited midway through an episode about an Olympic special. It's not going to be an Olympic special in which we recap the Olympics.
It's a closing ceremony special. Yeah. Did you watch much of it?
Actually did. Like not a great deal, but yeah, Cammy and I watched probably more than I initially thought we would.
Oh, you've been home for so long as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like you watch TV shows and stuff, and then every now and then you're like, oh yeah, I'll just watch actual TV as well.
And it's still a thing, apparently.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah, Channel 9. Yes, it is Channel 9. I remember. You know why I remember it was Channel 9? Because Mark Tubby Taylor was commentating the diving.
Why?
I don't know. But Cammy and I were watching, and I didn't say anything at first, and he was just talking. He was commentating. Cammy's like, this guy doesn't sound like he knows much about diving, because he was just like the people were like they were doing dives. Like one of them was a diving expert,
right?
And they were like, oh yeah, there's a nice clean splash, this many turns, and they've held their posture really well. And Tubby's sitting there just being like, yeah, talking about the Aussie, being like, yeah, that's probably enough for them to go through, right? Yeah, I reckon he's done good. Yeah. That's it.
That's the extent of the insight.
That was the insight.
Oh,
and I was like,
my God.
Yeah, that's Tubby.
Yeah.
I know that voice.
Was he much more insightful when it came to cricket commentary? Oh, Tubbs, if you're listening, mate, I'm sorry. That was unnecessary.
Legend of Australian cricket, Tubby.
Yeah. You were just, in that instance, you were low-hanging fruit.
I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah, we watched a bit of the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Tell you what, there was
I didn't watch much of the Olympics. Thanks for asking.
I did forget that we actually did. Sometimes we talk outside of the pod.
You wouldn't read about it.
It's crazy to think about.
It happens every day.
It actually does happen. And sometimes we have conversations and I realise that we've had them off the pod and not on the pod.
No, this is au naturel. What are you talking about?
Didn't catch much of it.
No, I did see all the memes about the Australian breakdancer.
Yes.
And yeah, I thought the whole thing was a big piss take. Like, I thought she'd managed to hoodwink her way into someone letting her go to the Olympics. But no, apparently apparently it was serious from what I'm
Yeah,
saying, and
no,
she's getting a lot of hate, and so
Yeah.
I've gone from thinking I was laughing with her
Yep.
to now feeling really bad.
Yeah. No, I've been breakdancing for like 12 years, and
That's
like,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Breakdancing was added as a new sport into this 2024 Paris Olympics.
Oh yeah.
It was a new sport. Tokyo was added. No, not Tokyo. It was added. Skateboarding was added at Tokyo.
Yep.
Last Olympics. So what we've done this episode, it's not Olympics recap.
It's not.
We are wondering.
Actually, guess. Just take a second. We're gonna have 2 seconds of silence here. Have a guess what you think this is going to be.
Yeah. How do our brains work?
And don't cheat if you've already read the episode description before clicking onto it. That wasn't a good idea. I'll just throw it back to Ash.
What is the next niche sport that deserves its time in the Olympic spotlight?
Love it. So we're sort of like, are we pitching to the IOC? Is it International Olympic Committee? Is that, yeah.
Yep.
We're sort of pitching sports to them. Yeah, nice. It sounds like an excuse for another sort of KO deep dive, which I think we mentioned many, many moons ago.
Don't even remember the episode number.
60 something, I think.
Wow.
We mentioned corgi racing and all the niche sports that are hidden away
on the other section in KO.
Yeah. So we're going to run through some niche sports, right?
Yep, that's what we're going to do. Wait, before we do that though, we do need to mention we are can we even say this anymore? We are a cricket footy podcast.
Well, yeah, we are.
We are.
I mean, probably haven't said it for a while, to be honest. We are a cricket and footy podcast. There you go. We're saying it more and more these days. That's
more
good.
and more, yeah.
Manifesting it, right?
Yeah, but not niche sports, but cricket. I'd say a not niche sport will be at the Olympics in 2028.
It is exciting. Yeah. And we know, before we get into it, we do have to take a moment to acknowledge, cricket is going to be, in the LA games. Is it LA 2028?
LA, yeah.
Seems like an odd choice games to include cricket in, no?
Yeah.
It's going to be welcome back into the games. You'd think it would be Brisbane 2032 that they bring it back.
That's true.
Maybe Brisbane 2032, they're angling a different sport to bring back into the Olympics.
True.
Like, can you imagine if Aussie Rules was in the Olympics? We might have to pitch that to the IOC. Obviously Australia do pretty well in that.
Probably. Yeah.
Which other countries though do you think would do pretty well in the? We're just sort of before we get into what we're doing
the run it back part of run it back. I mean, is it a cop out to say New Zealand? Like,
just purely because they're close enough.
Yeah.
To have heard of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough. Yeah.
I feel like, sorry to cut you off.
No.
The last time cricket was in the Olympics in, I don't remember when it was, 18 something or 19 something.
Right.
There were two teams that competed. England versus France.
At the
Olympics. And that was it. So I'm not sure
who got bronze.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. And also, like, that's an opportunity for those two countries to win a gold medal that no one else gets the opportunity to.
England and France.
Yep.
France is so random.
I know.
What?
I know. Anyway, so maybe that's how the Aussie Rules could end up at Brisbane, at Australia versus whoever, someone else step up to the plate.
New Zealand, apparently.
New Zealand.
Yeah. I was thinking like maybe Ireland as well. You think of Gaelic football and like the international rules as well?
Yeah. Actually, no, that's probably the best shout. That's most definitely the best shout.
All right, well, there's the gold medal match, and I guess we'll give New Zealand the bronze, right?
No bronze, mate.
No bronze. Oh shit! All right, should we get into it? Should we
Yes.
get into some niche sports for run it back?
Yep.
You pitch to the IOC, mate. What's a sport that you want to see
Okay.
at the Olympics?
All right. We'll start with something that's, I'd say niche, but also somewhat well known. I'd say ultimate frisbee.
Yeah.
So we're, I'd say, familiar enough with the general idea of ultimate frisbee, right?
I think so.
Yeah, like it's essentially a mix of rugby and netball, but instead of it being a ball, it's a frisbee.
Yeah. So there's end zones, right? Like there would be in rugby, and when you have the frisbee, you can't
move.
Yeah, like you pivot like netball. Right?
Pivot. Yeah.
I see what you've done there. Yeah, a mix of rugby. I'm sure there's other rules, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, for those who weren't familiar,
Yeah, that's essentially how it works. Yeah, you're on board.
You're on board.
But it was recognised by the IOC in 2015. So I guess once it's recognised, then that's the first step in sort of it's now eligible to be included in the Olympics. But I guess since 2015, it hasn't made the cut. So and it won't be considered for LA either.
That's rough. You think? See that to me, like ultimate frisbee seems
American?
way more American than
I was going to say
cricket.
the same thing. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
I think there are a few other sports coming. It's not just cricket. I think there's a few other sports too. I
don't doubt it.
Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure baseball and softball are making a return in 2028.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they not at Tokyo?
I don't think so. I think baseball and softball are
Interesting.
which screams America. So
It does. America.
yeah,
But they're not as niche as ultimate frisbee.
No. Why would we talk about? Why would we talk about that? No.
Yeah. So 2015. 2015, you said it was made eligible.
Yeah. It was
Like
recognized. So
Okay.
I guess that's the first step. But then I don't know what the whole criteria selection process thing is. But
If you are listening and you do work for the International Olympic Committee,
yeah,
please do reach out, slide into the DMs. They're
Yeah.
always open at Fine Leg to Fall Forward.
let us know.
Just let us know what we need to do to get ultimate frisbee back on the radar, right? Because there's no time like the present. Let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah. Would you back yourself at ultimate frisbee?
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to play with a group of friends. I don't know what my ceiling would be with the sport.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be a good laugh. I'd back myself at the catching more than the throwing.
Yeah.
What about you?
I remember playing it in I can't remember if it was year 10, year 11. Did you do those sports electives like team sports around the world?
Sports around the world rings a bell.
Yeah. We definitely played it a couple of times. And I remember I was okay at the catching part and just running. But
Sounds
the
like you.
the throwing part was like a lot harder, I think, especially with like controlling it with the wind, like just throwing it and be like, yeah, that's where I want it to go. And it's like, oh, it's just hanging in the air now. That's not where I want it to go.
It's coming back to me. I fought a boomerang to a frisbee fight.
Yeah. But yeah,
Get it on the radar.
get it on the radar.
At IOC. I have I've got another pretty niche sport for you.
Yep.
If you will humour me for a second. It's the sport of cheese rolling. Cheese rolling. Now, for those of you who don't know what it is, it's an event in Gloucestershire in England involving a hill and a 3 or 4 kilo wheel of double Gloucester cheese. I'm sure you can see where we're going with this. So from the top of the hill, this wheel of cheese is just fucking yeeted down this, like, I think it's like almost 200 meter slope, and it varies from like 40 degrees to 60 degrees. So it's a fucking steep slope. And not only is it steep, but it's so uneven from all these previous events from years and years and years ago.
They go to this same place.
It's always the same hill. And if you need me to keep spelling out how it works, the competitors run down, chase after the cheese that's rolling down the hill.
Yep.
And the first one to cross the finish line at the bottom wins the cheese.
Oh, they win the cheese.
They win the cheese, yeah.
Okay.
So you could have like a gold wheel of cheese, a silver wheel of cheese, and that's all of them. We don't believe in bronze. We don't believe in bronze. But I don't know how to fully describe how dangerous and how violent it can be. Because it's such a steep hill and there's so many people absolutely fucking racing down the hill.
Yeah.
It's just, people get so severely injured.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I think I've watched, I'm not sure how I watched it.
I was trying to think that as well because I remember seeing clips and I was like, when have I seen this?
Yeah. Yeah. But I've definitely, like, even before you mentioned it, I have seen clips of it. But just how steep that hill is. And then, like, yeah, there's, like, not, like, potholes? Is it potholes?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know what you're trying to say there.
It's just, like, very uneven. It's just, like, how many rolled ankles, and then just broken bones from,
yeah.
like, because if there's so many people as well, it's like a stampede.
It absolutely stampede. Yeah, it absolutely is. But the reason I bring this one up is, well, the IOC, is it fair to say that they've copped a bit of flack for some of the more contemporary sports that they've added into the games?
Yeah, yeah.
I think if they want to sort of avoid that criticism and go towards more traditional options, I think cheese rolling might actually be a perfect fit for that. Depending on who you ask, some people say that it goes back to like the 1820s, some people say the 1700s, but apparently there's some evidence that it goes all the way back to the ancient Romans.
Wow.
And what is more Olympics than the ancient
Romans? Mate.
Get a hill, get a wheel of cheese, and get a silver wheel of cheese, and get it in the Olympics.
Wow. See, you've turned me around there. See, we started this whole thing and we were like, it's so dangerous. This is crazy. And now within the last couple of sentences, you've almost got me on board.
Get me in sales.
Apparently.
Get me in sales and get me in front of the IOC with a big wheel of cheese.
Because because when we were talking about breakdancing briefly, because they brought in breakdancing into the Olympics.
Yeah.
Did you know that they were trying to get ballroom dancing into the Olympics?
No.
And it was knocked back.
Wow, why was it knocked back?
But they brought in breakdancing. So this would be the way to go more the traditional route.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back to the ancient Romans.
Look, I'm not saying I nailed it, but
but you kind of did.
I kind of did.
I've got another pitch.
Another pitch.
Yep.
Pitch to me.
What is more? Let me preface it. What book is more well known across the globe, more than any book that you know?
The Bible.
Yep. I think that is the most known read book. What other book is the silver medalist for
the silver medalist
for being the most well known?
The Oxford English Dictionary.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter,
of course, yeah.
Is so I'm going to say universal.
Yep. Okay, I forgot what we were doing. I thought you were just asking me general questions.
Harry Potter is so universal, I feel, and we know Quidditch is the sport from Harry Potter.
We do, yeah.
We do know that. We watched a bit of Quidditch on a KO deep dive. I don't know if it was the same night that we watched Corgi Racing. It might have been.
Yeah. It also was the same night we watched Chamber of Secrets, so you might be a little confused.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Fuck, we have fun. We have fun.
We do. Yes. So Quidditch is a genuine sport. For those who didn't know, that is an actual sport. It's played by people professionally. We watched some people play it on KO. They were from a bunch of different universities in the States, I think.
Yeah. It can't be too much of a surprise that it's a big college sport in the US.
Yeah.
Won't say any more on it.
Yeah. But it was look, from that one viewing that we when we were here that evening, I'll tell you what, it was entertainment.
It was definitely very entertaining to watch.
I think we spent a solid 20 to 30 minutes first sort of trying to establish why certain teams were getting points and how they were getting points. But the thing that really sold it for me
I know exactly where you're going with this.
Was the snitch.
Yeah, the golden snitch.
The golden snitch. So in the actual books, in the movies, Harry Potter, the game ends when the golden snitch is caught.
Yep.
And
how many points is it worth?
I don't know.
I
don't know, mate.
Do you know how many points the golden snitch is worth?
I'm not. See, Cammy always makes fun of me for because I'm more into Harry Potter than she is, and I don't know all these basic things.
All right. Okay. I'll give you multiple choice here.
Yeah.
Is it 20?
Yep.
Is it 40?
Yep.
Is it 60?
Yep.
Or is it 150?
150.
It is 150.
Yeah.
Fuck, I thought damn it.
It's all right. The knowledge was there. It just needed to be
Unlocked.
Brought out. Early switch on. Anyway. But yes, so to recreate that in this, obviously people can't actually fly on broomsticks.
What? The magic of the Olympics.
Yeah. Maybe during the opening ceremony or closing ceremony. That's pretty much it. But so, yeah, the snitch is basically this person on each team that suits up.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure this person was wearing like this massive fluoro onesie or something. And they were like limbering up. They had a beer gut and I was like, what's going on? And they had some tags on.
They did, yeah.
And I think if you pull the tags, then you catch the golden snitch or something.
Yep.
But that alone was enough entertainment for me to be like, you know what? Chuck it in the Olympics.
I'm sold because yes, it was very entertaining. And yeah, I think we did say this many moons ago, but if you do find yourself needing some entertainment on a night alone, scroll across to the other sports section on KO and give some Quidditch a watch because you're either going to love it or you're going to laugh, and I think either one's pretty good there. I think either one is pretty good. I've got another pitch for you if we have time.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of or have you seen the Slap Fight Championship?
I have not.
So it's essentially just people smacking the shit out of each other as hard as they possibly can in the face.
Okay.
It either ends with a knockout.
You actually... Oh, so like it's fighting.
Mate, yeah, they're fucking... So there's like a table. So they're like... You see the length of this table here? The width of this table?
Yeah.
They're like this far apart and they stand up against it. They stand at the table.
Okay.
And wind up and smack. And I can't tell you enough how hard some of these hits are.
You've
never seen it?
No.
So I think it's owned by whoever owns the UFC. I think it's like under that.
Okay.
Certainly not anywhere near as big, but yeah, it either ends in a knockout or it goes to 3 rounds and then it's the judge's decision.
And so, like, is it? I was going to say, is it consensual? Is it like when someone goes to slap the other person? Is the other person allowed to like?
No, you got to stay there.
You can't dodge.
No, you got to cop it. You got to cop it.
Okay, so it's not like fighting in the sense of like boxing or
no, it's literally two people standing either side of a table,
and they take turns slapping each other.
They take turns slapping the shit out of each other.
What?
slapping the absolute shit out of each other.
So it is consensual, I guess. Like,
Wow, it's just still an odd choice of word, no matter how many times you say it. But yes,
okay,
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued. by
the
this.
reason I'm bringing this one up
Yeah.
is, it reminds me, or I think about the sport, and I think about a meme that does sort of pop up.
Yeah.
It always pops up during the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right, so it's like elite athlete makes a tiny mistake on a super complicated move.
Yeah.
And it's like me sitting on my couch covered in cheese or dust saying, pathetic.
Right. Yeah.
So I think of this and I'm just imagining there'd be people watching it thinking, yeah, I could slap that hard. Or nah, that actually wasn't that hard. I don't reckon that'd knock me out.
yeah.
And I reckon
right,
that'd be enough to grow the game and just enough of a reason
enough
to
for that
to pitch it to the IOC.
pitch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Genuinely a thing. I'll show you after. 'Cause
I thought
it's
at least like
fucking
if
ridiculous.
it was under like the same, with boxing or UFC or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, it would be like two people in a ring and they're only allowed to slap each other,
Just like,
but they can dodge, like just going
okay.
right and just,
No,
like
yep. You're imagining a very, very, very different sport then, mate.
Switch on.
You join us about 45 minutes later for the start of Switch On. Yeah, it's obviously a lot shorter time from the last segment to now for the listener, but we had a power cut.
yeah.
But we're back now. The lights have switched back on for Switch On.
The timing is incredible, mate.
The lights have actually never been brighter.
Yeah, complete darkness.
Yep. We've been sitting here thinking of different ways to do it. We've got some candles, which we were planning how we were going to continue on with the show without any power, and we'd finally figured out a way.
Yep.
And then the lights came back on. So
Yep. It was pretty crazy. I kid you not. We had it all planned out, phones, candles, everything, and then we were like, all right, let's do it. And the lights came on. It was insane.
yes, it was. Shout out to the guy who drove his car into a
Power pole.
a power pole
He's safe.
on pod night.
He's
He's fine.
safe.
He's fine. We've heard word that he is okay.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, dedication to the pod.
Yep.
Do it for the content. All that.
All
Jazz.
that. So, switch on, mate. I will get into it. I have something a bit fun.
Fun. All right.
Bit of fun.
I love fun.
You do. I do.
I love electricity as well. I've learned to. I've come to realize tonight. Yeah.
It's crazy because it did flicker. Did it flicker before, like during the recording, or was it?
I think we got it between segments. I think it was
Between-
yeah,
it
because
might
we
have been
were like,
between
that was good timing. We weren't recording in that second.
Yeah,
Like we got away
yeah.
with one.
Yeah.
How great! Like it's a good thing there was no power cut during the show. We didn't use those exact words, but we definitely
It
alluded
was
to
something to that effect. Yeah.
that. Yeah, so keep an eye on Instagram. I'm sure that there'll be a shot there of
Yeah.
the pod setup with
Yeah.
some tea light candles.
Yeah.
Anyway, switching on because we have switched back on.
We have. All right. Since 1968, mate, at the Olympics, both summer and winter, mascots came into effect.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so
Also
1968.
forgot we were doing an Olympic episode. It's
Yeah,
been that long.
it's been that long. So, yeah, Olympic mascots have been a big part of the games. Actually, look, it's a bit of a stretch for me to say that, but I'd say they're somewhat of a part of the games, and they're it's interesting to see what mascots different countries come up with. How they sort of represent their country, and people go to very different corners or different avenues. Some people just choose animals. Some people get a lot more creative. So, what we're going to do for Switch On today is I've got a list here of 7 mascots. Now, some of them are actual mascots throughout the years, both Summer and Winter Olympics.
Right.
Some of them have been just made up by me.
Brilliant. So I'm looking. I've got the monitor here. I can see there's some pictures. So you're saying some of them are real, and some of them you've created.
Yeah.
These images.
Yeah, either created or like I've got them from somewhere else, or like they're just other
Right.
things,
Got you.
but they're
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
Olympic
Yeah.
mascots.
Got you. Yeah.
So, I guess so for the YouTube listeners, I'll just put a little little thing up on the screen whenever we're talking about it, and
Of the image.
of the image.
Yeah,
and
all right. So if you're listening on Spotify, have a look at the timestamp on the episode right now, and then go to the same spot on YouTube if you wanna play along. Is that fair to say?
that's fair to say. Or maybe you can describe. We can describe it, whatever you see.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
yeah, got a list of 7, and let's see how you go guessing which are actual legit Olympic mascots and which have just been made up by me.
Are you like you're giving me the mascot, and then are you trying to convince me of the? Are you telling me the games that you think they're?
No.
Nah?
I'll leave that up to you to be like, oh, I feel like this Olympics or that country. This represents this kind of country.
I don't want to play that game.
Wales.
That could go very poorly. Wales.
Yeah,
I'm telling Mum.
I want Ryan Giggs to be the flag bearer at the next Olympics.
Oh, that was up there. That was up there.
Okay, so you ready?
As I'll ever be.
Okay. Mascot number 1, mate. I'll pop it up on the screen. Is I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly.
Pyrenean?
A Pyrenean mountain dog named Kobe. Is this a mascot, or is this a creation of my own, or something else I found on the internet? So what do you see? What do you see?
What do I see? I see a little sort of a cartoon dog.
Mhm.
Like it's sort of standing up on its back 2 legs.
Yep.
Doesn't have a lot of fingers
Yep.
because it's a dog, I guess.
Yep.
A little bit of smirk, a little bit of is that like a little emblem that looks like a sprinter or like a dancer or something?
Mm-hmm. Something.
I'm gonna say I don't know how else to describe it. I'm not really doing a very good job.
Yep.
It's a light sort of tan in color.
Yep.
I'm going to say that is not an Olympic mascot.
Okay.
You've got to look up the answers, do you?
I have to remember. It is an Olympic mascot.
Is it?
It is.
Which Olympics are we talking?
It is. Where's it gone? Barcelona, 1992.
Barcelona, 1992.
Gobi, the
Pyrenean.
mountain dog.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All
All
right.
right. So 0 for 1.
0 for 1. That's all right. Doing okay. The next here, mascot number 2, is an orange jaguar named Mundo.
Okay. So another very cartoony looking creature.
Yep.
First thought here is this looks a lot more like a kids TV show
Okay.
character.
Yep.
So in the interest of I guess keeping things moving,
Yep.
I'm going to say that is not an Olympic mascot.
It is.
I don't like the way you're searching the same way you did last time. Or is he? He's not searching. Oh, is he searching?
It is not an Olympic
It is
mascot.
not an Olympic mascot.
Good job, mate.
Where do you know? You remember where you pulled that from, or is that just?
I can't remember. I was just going through like random images, and I was like, I think I put in like cartoon kids Jaguar, something like that. Like a,
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Well, I mean, that's what I said, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. You've done
Cool.
well, mate.
All right. Recovered.
Mascot 3 is a star-shaped imp named Magique.
A star-shaped imp named Magique.
Now, what do you see?
I see a star-shaped imp. I don't know how to describe that. It looks like someone has tried to draw Patrick from SpongeBob. And they've made him a little more square than usual. They've given him a red sort of like sleeping hat that you'd see in cartoons.
Yep.
I don't know if it's a star or it's like supposed to be a starfish. I have realized that I don't really have that much knowledge about Olympics in general. So I'm really, all these are stabs in the dark. Like none of these are actually going to ring a bell for me. I'm going to say... I'm going to say that is an Olympic mascot.
That is?
It is, yes. I just reckon it's something different. It's not like an animal if it's just a star.
Yeah.
I reckon they've just gone something a bit different.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
You'll be correct. It is.
When?
1992, Albertville.
So the Winter Olympics?
Winter Olympics.
Yeah, right, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
He's 2 for 3. That's not bad.
Not bad at all, mate.
All right, cool.
Okay, all right. Next one. Einheit.
Einheit.
A bean goose.
A bean goose. What the fuck is a bean goose?
Quite common in Europe.
With a name like Einheit, yeah, you fucking assume so. I'm looking for something to give me some sort of guidance.
Yeah.
Einheit, I'm getting like German.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there... has there been any Olympic Games in Germany since like the 1930s? I'm going to kind of use the same reasoning I had before. That also looks like another kid's cartoon character, so I'm going to say that is not an Olympic mascot.
You'd be correct, mate.
Good
job.
Do you remember where you pulled that one from?
No, I think I literally just put like, so I went through like German. I was like, okay, what's a animal that's in Germany? I was like, the bean goose is quite common.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, I think Einheit means unity. So I was like, oh, maybe that's like something that they would have come up with, like a name, like a word, the German word for unity.
I read
or
it.
something like that.
Jeez, I'm not doing too badly on this.
You're doing well, mate.
Myself a pat on the back there.
Yep. Okay. The next one here. Lele, a pink and yellow dragon.
A pink and yellow dragon. Again, very, very cartoony.
Yep.
We've got the pink in the sort of wings and the ears by the looks of it. Again, not ringing a bell. None of these have. Oh, I'm trying to think of things to say so that I'm not sitting here in silence thinking. And I've just done exactly that by sitting in silence. I reckon, dragon, I'm thinking maybe like China.
Yep.
So like Beijing 2008.
Yep.
Is as far back as my Olympics knowledge goes, I think.
Yep.
But it just doesn't look like any of like I remember like the branding on Beijing 2008 and it just doesn't fit that.
Doesn't fit that.
So I reckon you might have put that in there to trip me up and like, oh, like maybe he's going to guess that, but it's actually not that. But it was a dragon. It's just not this dragon. Am I thinking about it too deeply here? I'm going to say, yeah, fuck it. It is.
It is the It is the mascot. From,
It is a
mascot?
it's just a mascot from an Olympics.
Okay. It's not. It's not.
Is that have I done exactly what I said you were going to do?
Yeah. So I thought you might think about Beijing, 2008.
You've played me like a fucking fiddle
And
there.
the 2008, the mascots were a bunch of different giant pandas.
Giant pandas,
Yeah.
okay.
But I did think that you would connect dragon with China.
Fuck. Oh, I never even said, nah, unless you've done this. And I've just completely ignored that instinct. Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's right. You've still done well. How many have you got so far?
I think it's 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Solid, mate.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Right.
I'll take it.
All right. Next one here. Wutsko. A friendly wolf.
You want to give us that name again?
I don't know if it's pronounced this way, but Wutsko.
Okay.
It does have the I put a little bit of something
twang. Was there a clue there in the accent you put on? You know what? You got me so good with that one that I don't even care anymore. It's what is it? Is it like a cat? Like it reminds me a little bit of, is it Sylvester from Looney Tunes?
It's a wolf.
Like a little. It's a wolf.
It's a wolf.
Oh, you said a friendly.
It's a
sorry.
friendly-
I've
a
decided
friendly
to
wolf.
ignore what you said for
Yeah.
some reason. Sorry, mate. It's like an older looking cartoon. So if it's an Olympic mascot, it's from many, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it is. I'll say it is an Olympic mascot.
You're correct, mate.
Hey,
1984.
84. Where was that?
Sarajevo.
Sarajevo. Yeah. Cool.
But Wutsko with a
Yeah, a little something on the
little
sea.
something
there.
on the sea?
Yeah.
The last one I have for you. A torch named Igna.
A torch named there he is. This to be honest, this looks like if the Olympic torch was on an episode of Bluey. There's nothing really. Fuck! Oh, you got me again. Because now I've just thought it looks like ancient Greek and
It's good. Wearing the robes.
yeah. And was the Olympics in Athens in 2004?
It was.
Oh, see, so it could be that, but it also looks very much like it belongs in Bluey. Was there an Olympics episode of Bluey that you pulled this from? Have Bluey beaten us to an Olympics episode? Oh, I don't know. This could go either way. Is this the last one?
It's the last one, mate.
It's not. It's not. That's not an Olympic mascot.
Correct, mate. Well done. Well,
I didn't fall for the trap twice in
You
a
didn't
row.
fall for the
I'm
trap.
happy with that.
I think you got. Was it 4 out of 7?
Yeah.
I think it was
Something
mate.
like that.
Solid.
Yeah,
Solid
like,
stuff.
I've surprised myself there. Maybe the Olympic knowledge is there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5 out of 7.
5 out of 7.
5 out of 7. Yeah, come on, don't rob me of that one,
Mate.
Dodgy start there with the first one, but
Yeah.
no, that's got me going there. The lights are back on. They've switched on. I've definitely switched on there.
You've done bloody well. So that's pretty much going to do it for another episode. But before we go, might quickly say big happy birthday to the man sitting to my left. As we record this, we're getting closer and closer to midnight as tonight has been a night full of unexpected events.
An eventful one, isn't it?
An eventful one. So, we're not going to be here at midnight, but it'll be approaching us shortly. But happy birthday, mate. Hope tomorrow is amazing. I hope it's not as eventful as today, but just
a bit more chill.
yeah, full of nice events.
Yeah, look, an eventful end to 28.
Yep.
But yeah, no, looking forward to what's ahead. I don't know. Is that a weird thing to say?
No, it's fine.
Just felt right in the moment.
It just felt.
I'm entering my late 20s. So it's made me wiser.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
last year, the 20s. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. I didn't even think about it like that. But
No, you got a couple months yet.
yeah.
You got a couple months. Anyway, I got nothing more to say as a 28-year-old male on this podcast.
Yep, that's it. That's the last time you're going to be talking as a 28-year-old mate. Yep. Until next time, hope everyone stays well. Hope everyone, if your life is, full of eventful things like we've experienced today, hope you ride the wave and get the candles out. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Keep kicking goals.